I tell people all the time, you ain't see nothing or experience nothing until you in the garden when it's rocking. You understand? When it's rocking, there's no better place in the world to be in.
Alcohol, right?
So this season is going to be a big year for Deuce McBride. He's our last homegrown Knick. I mean, him and Mitchell Robinson. And with the trade of Dante DiVincenzo going with that trade package with Randle, Deuce, man, Deuce is really going to be on the loose this season. He's going to have plenty of opportunity. Even though this preseason has been kind of up and down for him shooting-wise, it really hasn't been as efficient as we thought. But there is a lot of progression from Deuce. One thing I've noticed with Deuce are kind of long gone are the days of just him operating maybe out of pick and roll or just getting the ball and just kind of playing hot potato or looking for the next man right away. He's actually letting the flow of the game come to him, and he's not afraid of reacting and creating an opportunity for himself. He looks way more comfortable this preseason. I'm not going to lie. And we can't forget, Deuce made some big time shots in that Philadelphia 76ers series in game 1 and in game 2, especially going down the stretch in that fourth quarter. Last season, with the Knicks having all those injuries, just created so much more opportunity. As in the final stretches of that season, Deuce kind of stepped up when we had that West Coast trip going against the Golden State Warriors, Sacramento Kings. He stepped up big time, and it translated right into the playoffs. So our guy got locked in with a nice contract. He got a bigger role on the squad, and there's a lot of confidence Tibbs has shown in him by giving him some burn in the fourth quarter going down key stretches. Deuce kind of had an extra bounce, a little extra pep this preseason. But off this pick and roll right here, he's going to attack the empty space. Not afraid to create for himself. Nice little jumper right there. Another pick and roll with Deuce right here. No hesitation. Straight up pulls up. You gotta love the confidence. It showed throughout the preseason. He rejects the screen right here. Kind of patiently plays it out. A nice pass. Precious unable to finish, but that was a good look. Deuce right here in transition, creating for himself. A nice finish right here. Tell you, man. Deuce's preseason had an extra bounce to him. And when Tibbs mixed this in with Tyler Kolek, as soon as he settles into the NBA speed and just style of play, this is going to be a nice little combination. Kolek is going to penetrate. McBride with his better shooting now. Hey, this could be a little something, a little spark off the bench. And Tibbs is going to have options to mix in McHale in there, a little Towns pick and roll in that lineup, or he could mix in Brunson, OG. This is going to get interesting this season. You can tell right here the three-point shot has improved. Look at Deuce, just straight up pulls up. Sheesh. There's always something about the Knicks just developing their own homegrown talent that hits hard with the fan base. And the way the NBA landscape is nowadays, teams are going to have to land on one of these late first-round picks to second-round picks. I mean, the college player that plays for about 3 to 4 years is valuable now, especially for these contending teams. And the Knicks kind of bit into that formula with drafting Tyler Kolek. And right here in transition, this is a prime example of it. Kolek always with his head up. And he's going to pass it to Deuce. No hesitation. Like I said, you got to love the Knicks development. When this all comes together, I would say midway through the season, it wouldn't shock me if Tyler kind of gets acclimated a lot faster than we think. This could really pan out to be a nice bench unit, especially with guys getting better spacing. Deuce doesn't have to necessarily worry about defenses collapsing in if Tibbs mixes the lineups with Towns and Bridges out there, or even OG. So guys are going to get more breathing room to operate. And last but not least, Pacome Dadiet. Man, it's like the summer of the French guys coming out of the draft. What's up with that? Adam Silver got to throw some of them investment dollars to them U.S. kids, man. Come on. But the Knicks overall with Pacome, this is going to be interesting because normally Tibbs doesn't really play young guys like that. And Pacome is progressing pretty fast, especially with his shooting. That's something that he struggled with during the summer league where The 3-point line overseas, I believe it's further in. So in the NBA, it's a little bit further out. Not by much, but it made a difference because it threw him off in the summer league. You can just tell. But I knew there was going to be an adjustment period. And now it's looking good going into the season. Now, Pacome, just like a lot of European players, they're actually taught to play off ball also. This is an issue that's plaguing a lot of the youth players coming out of the U.S. They're not necessarily taught how to play the whole game, whether it's posting up, how to move off ball, create for themselves, passing, etc., etc. But Dadiet, just like Mikal Bridges, is always moving constantly. Again, right here, Tibbs has an interesting lineup. He has Dadiet in with 3 of the starters, OG, Cat, and Brunson, with Cameron Payne in the corner. So 2 bench guys in, 3 starters, and guys are going to have a lot more breathing room to operate. I know Miles McBride must be jealous because when he first came to the Knicks, they didn't have this much talent for the younger players to actually come in and just have better spacing. As Dadiet is going to move off ball right here. Great pass by Brunson. This is a nice combination of players the Knicks have to consistently put rim pressure just with all the off-ball movement from Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, Dadiet, even OG. And Brunson, a high basketball IQ player on top of it all. And then you got Cat possibly stretching the floor. So this is a very unique lineup Tibbs has to be very modern this season when it comes to his offense. So as Dadiet gets stronger, an area he's going to have to improve on is his ability to drive. He kind of gets clunky in driving scenarios. And even that dunk he had against the Hornets during the preseason, there was a slight hesitation from him there, but he's not all the way polished when it comes to that. It's something that he struggled with during summer league. But as his NBA body fills in, his ability to hold on to the ball and just absorb contact during some of these drives should be a lot better. The main thing is going to be for Tibbs to actually find minutes to play him. Him being a young player on a team that's championship bound with Tom Thibodeau's head coach. Man, it's a hell of a conundrum right there. But at 6'8", he slides his feet well on defense. And he has transitioned pretty quick from adjusting to the 3-point line from summer league to the preseason. That is a very noticeable difference. But hey, we'll see how things pan out. These lineups are definitely going to get a shakeup. There's going to be injuries. Definitely different lineups are going to be kind of more prosperous than others. I want to see how that Mikal Bridges and Karl Anthony Towns, along with the bench unit, kind of works out. Mikal does have the ability to run that offense. But Tibbs can't show all his hands just in the preseason alone. But we'll see. Until next time, you fellas, stay safe. Peace.